Hello and welcome to the Tamworth FC Social, a podcast all about Tamworth Football Club. Well, I don't think any of us were expecting the Lambs result on Easter Monday. The 3-0 defeat at Brackley Town means Tamworth still only need 1 point from their remaining 3 matches to win the National League North title. You can follow us on social media at TFC Social Pod. You can click subscribe below this video and switch notifications on to be updated when we upload new episodes. Starting with the defeat on Monday then, Graham's given us his thoughts.
Yeah, so I guess the Brackley game was a bit of an anticlimax really. Everybody had high hopes for hopefully getting something from the game, and that means that we'd obviously be able to clinch the title. We just didn't really get going from the first minute. It was pretty poor performance all around from us. But I think you've got to give a lot of credit to Brackley. They're a really good team. I think the second best team in the league behind us. They did a lot of the things that we do well, usually. They were just absolutely all over us from the start, really. And they were, first to everything in terms of first balls. And, it was... Yeah, they were just a lot better than us all over the field, really, and they've got a good team there, and I think I did tip them to go up, and I still think they probably will. They had a slow start, but they've grown into the season themselves. I think for us, we kind of looked leggy, and we just really weren't at it. And I think there's been times where this season where we haven't played necessarily that well, but we've always we've always looked like we're not going to just sort of like get the game taken away from us by the opposition team. And this felt like that was really what happened. And when we went 2-0 down so early on in the game, then it's a bit of a killer, especially away from home. Don't know if the pressure maybe got to the players, or on the flip side, were they too relaxed, knowing that you only need a point basically to secure the title. Maybe perhaps we'd just forgotten those principles, or just something in the back of the mind. So, but considering the amount of off days we've even had, then it's nothing to worry about. It like I said, Brackley, a good team. They are. They've got a lot. They're probably more to play for than we did. They're trying to just secure that playoff position. There's a lot of competition around them. So I guess it's for us. It's a chance to go and secure at home instead. I suppose it's a shame for all the fans that went down there on that trip. There was, I believe, around about 750, which is a fantastic turnout from the Tamworth fans, and it's a bit of a shame we couldn't put on a bit more of a performance and give them something to shout about. It would have been nice to clinch it, but then at the same time, we've got a chance to do that at home in front of what I expect will be a big crowd. Yeah, it's definitely wasn't one of the best performances of our season. In fact, it's probably one of the worst from what I've seen. I watched it on the telly as opposed to going down there. I understand why we went with the team that we did at Brackley based on it being more physical, but in some ways I'm just not sure Ty Deacon and Dan Creaney can play together. Just don't think it really works. I think we should have just kept the team from Saturday and just gone with it. But I kind of understand the logic of why they did that and why Andy Peakes would pick that squad. But yeah, I think we kind of need to just go into the game on Warrington and go all guns blazing. We really do. And I think we'll be absolutely fine if we do that.
It feels a long time ago now, but Tamworth did begin the Easter weekend with a win. The Lambs defeated already relegated Bishop Stortford 3-0.
Slow start really on that, within that big crowd. But we got the job done. We had a good second half. Scored some really good goals. It wasn't vintage in the first half. I suppose Bishop Stortford, out of many of the games they've played recently, they've obviously been on this huge losing run. This was kind of a real free hit to them, and they could really have a go. And obviously they got a penalty, and Jazz Singh saved it, and thank God he did. It was that wasn't the greatest start. But yeah, we got the job done, and that was the main thing. We needed to win that game, and it was pretty comprehensive in the end. So that's all that matters, really. And it set us up nicely for knowing that we only need a point to win the league.
On Saturday, Tamworth face Warrington Town at home. The Lambs will be National League North champions if they avoid defeat or if Chorley drop points away to Buxton. Here's how Graham sees the Warrington game going.
Exciting that it's another opportunity to now just secure the championship, and as I rightly predicted, I thought it would be this game that we would get to where we win it. And I wanted us to win it on Easter Monday or even last Friday, on Good Friday, but in my head, I always realistically saw this as probably the game that we would do it, just based on who we were playing. I thought we might struggle to pick up points against Brackley just of where they are, and that proved to be the case. I think we will do it. I really do. We'll have a big home crowd behind us. I think in a way that Brackley result is a bit of a catalyst to push us on and kind of get what we need to do done. And I'm sure that the management team will have really pushed that into the players over the course of this week within the training sessions, and probably re-emphasise everything that they've spoke about all season. I think you'll see a team come out, work really, really hard, and do all the fundamentals that we know this Tamworth team can do and get a result one way or another. That being said, it's not going to be easy. I saw the reverse fixture at Warrington away at the start of January. I would say hands down that was probably one of our best performances of the season. We were very, very good on that day, or that evening, shall I say, in a very cold evening. But we really did play well. It was a very, very good away performance. And Warrington, I think, probably lost once at home all season. Very, very solid team. The second half of the season hasn't been too great. They were kind of in and amongst getting into the playoffs earlier on in the season, but that seems to have dropped off now, and they're probably not going to get anywhere near that now. If you look at their form, the last sort of 10-15 games, they are sort of near the bottom, slightly almost relegation form. But I'm not sure how much we can read into that too much. They'll be really up for this game. They'll want to prove a point, I'm sure, from the reverse fixture, but also just to spoil the party. But at the same time, I suppose maybe it's a good time to play them when they're not in form. They had a bad result against Darlington. Again, I think Darlington have obviously improved a lot, but this is they'll be up for this. They travel pretty well as well. They're fourth in the away form table overall, so they do tend to pick up quite a lot of points away from home. They like not being at home. We'll see how that pans out. But I mean, another fantastic occasion for the football club. Imagine there's going to be a big crowd, and I just hope we can do it, and we can do it on our own soil, and we can celebrate and then just relax for those final couple of games that we've got. But yeah, it's exciting. Slightly nerve-wracking, but I think we'll do it. I do think we'll do it, and if we don't do it, then let's hope Chorley don't get a result. But I'm confident we'll get something. We'll get something from the game. In terms of prediction, difficult one. I think it's going to be nervy. It's bound to be. I'm going to go. I'm not sure. I'm going to go 2-0 to Tamworth. I'm going to go 2-0 to Tamworth. I was thinking about 2-1 then, but I think we'll go 2-0 Tamworth, and Carl Finn will get a goal, and who else? And Benaquire will go for 2 wingers, and hopefully we'll be celebrating come 5 o'clock on Saturday evening.
As Brett hasn't been able to join us this week, I'll give a prediction on his behalf. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Tamworth in this one. Like Graham, I think the Lambs will win the title on Saturday, and with it seal a return to English football's 5th tier for the first time since 2014, and capping off what has been a brilliant few seasons.
From where we were sort of, 2 years ago, we're really now onto something that could be absolutely fantastic, not just for the football club, but for the whole town and the whole area. It's really going to put the Tamworth sort of on the map again. And what an opportunity, I'm sure we'll talk about this in further episodes, but for us to be back in that league amongst some good teams, and a lot of full-time teams. Don't know how we're going to go about it next season. Again, something we'll probably discuss, but just have that opportunity and that exposure and everything, and it will draw more people in. It will bring in more money into the club. We've got to grasp it with two hands and absolutely go for it, really, and not hold back. Hopefully the people who are in and around the club do that, and we really make a go of it. We might struggle. I'd say we probably will, and that's fine. Who cares, as long as we survive? That's what the aim will be and the objective next season. But yeah, just fantastic to know where we've come from and where we were even just a year ago. We were sort of thinking we probably wouldn't even get out of the Southern League with how it was going, and we've come into this league and we've basically won the league at a bit of a canter, really. So it's brilliant, but we haven't won it yet, so I shouldn't say that. We've still got a point to go, but I am pretty excited now, and we're just a hair's breadth away, really, isn't it?
That's all for this episode of the Tamworth FC Social podcast. Thank you for listening. You can follow us on social media at TFC Social Pod. If you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can do that by clicking the subscribe button below this video and turning on video notifications. Until next time, goodbye.